Well, build my gallows and build them high. Makes a long time climbing before I die.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Shortbangers. I'm Matty.
I'm Colin. Good
How's it
evening. All right, aye. Just smart. Still dressed to work. Kind of like you're going to work, you've got to be dressed for the day ahead.
No, came out, at my work, it must have been the day where everybody's doing the wash. Everybody had the company hoodies on. Every meeting that I went on, the other folk was like, "That's weird, eh?"
Is it a company issue? Like?
You get them when you start. Like it's just
like a uniform.
Nah, no, it's not a uniform. You don't have to wear it.
It's your laptop. Is your hoodie?
You get a hoodie and a water bottle. Hoodies are comfy. It's quite nice wearing a hoodie, and it seems everyone to think it's something to wear. But it must have been like the washing day for something. I was like, how come everybody's wearing their hoodies? Even I went up to, what was the butcher's you recommended up at?
Grumpy's.
Went up there. By the way, Scotch pie and a peppered steak slice, incredible.
Never had that.
Incredible.
Sausage rolls used to be brilliant.
Well, I was going to get the sausage roll, but I saw the peppered steak and I was like, oh, I'll have that.
I've never tried that.
But two folk on my way up there, walking past with the hoodie on as well.
Yeah.
So I must have been
each other.
Aye. Right, cunt. Right, well, we get some questions in.
Aye.
We should do it. Right, fattest prick is first one tonight. Could seatbelts be better?
Better at what? Keeping you in a crash?
Aye, just better.
I think everything could be better. I think there's always a way. The way, I suppose, they're obviously designed to keep you in, but I wonder if they're quite harsh on you. I think,
if you have an accident,
a proper accident,
they cause
like,
damage.
Not just a wee nudge. If you have a wee nudge, then they're fine, and they just because they block you. But if you hit something at pace, then I think that would bruise you to some extent. So there must be a way to soften that blow.
Make them woolly.
Aye, they're padded. So not padded, they're just a wire, just a cable.
Aye.
So, nylon sort of.
Yeah, whatever it is. It's a weird material, isn't it? I wonder if it is nylon. I don't know how you would improve it. If you get the harness ones, that come over both.
Aye.
Did we talk about that on here? The pilot that got sucked at the plane? Was that on Shortbangers we talked about that?
Aye, because I said I didn't believe it, mate.
Aye, well, that was the harness that he had on, and they'd taken the top half off, and they pulled at the bottom half. So you could, I don't know really what better design you would have for a seatbelt, because I would imagine that's the most effective way to do it. Over the lap and over the shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
Aye. They could add sound effects, that's a boing and things like that. That might improve it a wee bit.
I think if you've got airbags, do you need a seatbelt? Like, what's the seatbelt for?
Because the seatbelt stops you getting projected totally forward at your seat. So if you were at pace and you hit something, you would go. You mind like the crash test dummies and that in the videos, you'd see them flying through the windscreen, or somebody turns into an elephant. Mind that, like it was the force of an elephant coming from behind you. Mm-hmm. Remember, if you remember that advert in the back seat, kid turns into an elephant. So it stops you going out the car, exiting the vehicle through the windscreen. An airbag wouldn't it? An airbag stops you smacking your head off the. Aye.
I was going to say you'd pierce the airbag, presumably, right? Okay.
Aye. And the airbag stops you skirting your head off the steering wheel.
Your airbags ever went off?
No. Yours?
No, yet. No, touch wood.
Aye, touch wood. 150k on Hanlon Hill asked, would heat belts replace the antiquated airbag in a vehicle? Struggled with that word for a wee minute there, eh? Antiquated. Good word.
Would they replace it?
Yeah.
Sorry.
You wouldn't wear a heat belt, would you? Like in your seat, because you need to be able to look about, like to check if there's anything coming there. But
you can move about with your seatbelt. It's only when you suddenly move that it jams, isn't it?
That's true. So
but I'm just wondering if it's a risk thing, because like if you were to, like, it would maybe break your neck or something.
Probably snap your neck back, wouldn't it? Because that middle bit would move forward.
Aye, so I think that's probably where that's coming in. Formula One boys, they've got the things that come over them, like on a roller coaster.
Aye, I think so. Aye, they have the harness thing, and then they have the halo as well, don't they? They talk about that it stops from getting crushed if it goes upside down.
Aye.
Never thought we'd talk about car safety to kick off with, if I'm honest with you.
I tell you what, I was going to talk about though. It's funny. I was at the car. I went there for petrol, and there was a big queue. You got a Costco card? No.
Nah.
So
I'm aware of Costco though.
Aye, but they do the petrol, and it's always cheaper. Don't know why. Don't know how they give you it. It must be. Don't know why. How they manage to buy it cheaper, but they do. And it can be busy there because of that, for that reason. And I was in. It's a Thursday night. I think it must have been last Thursday after this, and went down, and I drove right into a space. So I didn't bother what side I park on. Right,
yep.
So I'm going with it. So I'm happy to bring the hose over and stretch it over. And there was empty bays because it was like, I don't know, 8 o'clock at night or something.
Yeah.
After we'd finished this, and I'm watching this woman sitting honestly 3 deep in a queue to get to the tank, and I'm standing, and I thought, fuck it. I'm standing thinking to myself as I fill up, dragging the hose over. Fucking idiot! Like there's one there, there's one behind me. Just pull in there and fucking pull the hose round. And then I looked and I thought, our tank's not even on the fucking side.
On that side, amazing.
So I didn't point it out, like,
no,
because I thought, well, she must know what she's fucking doing. It's not my job. And I'm not a job's worth. So I watched.
No grass.
I thought, I can't even have any grass. So I thought, I couldn't wait. I was like, I'm going to just keep fucking filling this up. I hope that I was filling it up anyway. Fucking costing a fortune, but I thought, I hope she's gone to the tank while I'm still here. And I was fortunate, so I got to see her reaction when she got out and realised the tank was on the other side. And I thought, while I was imagining all this, before that, I thought, I wonder if she's got to get there and reverse out and then drive to one of the other ones. No, she dragged the hose over it.
Did she?
And I thought, so you're happy to do it, right? Why would you know? Like, let's take out the fact that she was on the wrong side. If you were happy to do it when you realised,
maybe she wanted to do it.
She was cute, drag the hose over the long line.
I prefer doing it the difficult way.
Fucking mental. But there is a thing I think we've probably spoken about it here before, where you get the fuel light.
Aye, it's going to be
your tank's on, eh?
Yeah, depending on where the hose is on the wee icon. I think. Yeah, I'll tell you. There's one of the wee viral videos. Somebody that does that. They pull up, they get out the car, and they realise they're on the wrong side for their petrol cap. So they get back in the car and they drive round to face the other way. Obviously, they get out and it's still on the wrong side because now they're facing the other direction, and they're confused as fuck. So they're looking at it going, and they do it twice. They go round before the penny drops.
Thinking the tank's moved.
Okay, brilliant. It's like there's a video. It's a guy and a woman's trying to get out of space. So they're kind of blocked in by 2 cars, and they're trying to manoeuvre. So it's like back a bit, forward a bit, back a bit, forward a bit, like just nudging a wee bit forward at the time. And this person comes out to kind of guide them. So they're standing at the side, like just back, stop, right, forward, stop. And they get to the point where they're about to go, and the person who's guiding them gets in the car in front. Drives away.
You'd like to have done that though.
Oh, you would have to. Hey, you would have to. Fucking brilliant. It's like the idea that neither of them realise until the last minute when they're like, "Oh fuck." Again, if I'd done that, I thought I could have moved there. I would have just pretended it was my car. I would have walked off and waited for them to go away, and then come back and driven away in my car.
Okay, that was brilliant. I hope they'd driving away gone. Why didn't I just drive away?
Aye. 150k on Hanlon Hill asked Andrew, categories animals on tour. Do mountain goats go to flat places for their holidays? So Holland, pretty much, isn't it? Do you ever seen a mountain goat in Holland?
I've not seen any mountains in Holland. So
no, but the mountain goat would be on its holidays, wouldn't it? In that scenario.
I see what you're saying. Aye, but I thought I missed what you said. The animals on holiday.
Well, we've spoken about this before, about the bees. We talked about birds, bees. Like if a bee went on a plane, was it a bee that end up in France?
Or a fly or something. Aye.
Something like that.
But birds obviously fly away, don't they?
Mm-hmm. But I don't think other animals do, unless they get taken.
Much hard work, eh? Like, we wouldn't get a passport and like quarantines. That's all a thing.
Aye, quarantine's still a thing.
I hope they put my dog in first it's almost 2 full weeks that she'll be away at the dog care in the summer, which costs a fucking fortune in its own right. But no, that it's like 2 weeks of the dog. When we come back, she'll hate us.
Aye.
Because we've only done a few days before, because the last couple of holidays have just been sort of week breaks or kind of like 5-day breaks, city breaks, and that. This is the first sort of abroad holiday since we got her, so she'll be fucking. Imagine the temper on her when we come back.
Oh, she'll be raging, aye. Or delighted. Doug's never really had grudges, though, did he?
Aye, I don't know. We'll soon see, yeah. Soon see.
You'll find it.
I'll fill you in at the end of July. See, did that? I can't remember who we were talking about it. I don't know if it was on Longbangers or not, but Stray Dogs.
Aye, we were. Was that Longbangers? No, you didn't see Stray Dogs anymore. You were saying about you being an Idra boy, and you used to just wandering about.
If it was in recording or if it was just in between. I don't know, but it's a thing. You just didn't see it much. Do
you know why that is as well, though? It's because of Facebook and that now. Because now there's folk take them and go, is this anybody's dog? I've taken it in, and they post it. So folk just don't let dogs wander about now. They'll go and say, "Oh, that dog shouldn't be wandering about." Take it in, I'll put a post on Facebook, and hopefully somebody comes and chaps the door and says, "That's my dog you've got."
No, I never thought of that enough. But see when dogs did wander about, they were never. Like, obviously, there was shit everywhere. There was dog shit everywhere beside the glue bags and that, as we mentioned before. But you never. I can't remember them ever just like biting anybody or that.
Like, must have had some that bit you, but I think folk were maybe a bit more wary of them. There was less traffic back then as well. I think that's like one of the big issues now for stray dogs is that there's too many cars in that for them. Like if you were going to do a bit of straying about and there's cars, you'd be like, fuck this.
That's a pretty good shout, actually. The amount of cars, I probably just killed them all because there's like every house has got minimum 2 cars nowadays. It's fucking mental. They build all these new houses and then like there's just cars parked out in the main road. And everyone's got a fucking driveway and or private parking, and how the fuck are they all parked on the main road? I've got to zigzag all the way up the main road to get back into the scheme, estate, whatever we call it nowadays in the middle class. Middle class world. But you think, all the houses have got fucking car parks in the back, but the car parks are all full with the main car or the van, the works van.
The works van's a big one around here as well, Like that calls up. Folk just abandon their cars in our bit now, It's that bad. So we didn't live on a busy street, but my dog, no long after we had him when he was a puppy, he tried to go stray for a wee bit. His first attempt at it, and he got knocked in. Like about 30 seconds after, in fact, not even 30 seconds after leaving the house. That's how dangerous it is for stray dogs now. That was a warning. The other ones, like he kens now, oh fuck, I'm not going stray. It's not worth it.
No.
Not worth
it. Socks at 80 soon.
Right, that's it.
It's like a better choice underwear in that.
He said his boss cut off, so he's not going stray for a ride, or there's no socks lying about for him, and it's dangerous. So, he's quite content at him now. Animals.
Talking about abroad. Animals abroad. Go on. Carry on about animals.
I was just going to say, like there's no an animal travel agent, is there? Like a Thomas Cook for goats. So I don't think they could go on holiday. I think the logistics of it is just fucking nonsense. It's not even like they could sneak on. Like we talked about the bee, then a bee could fly into a plane unnoticed and get abroad.
Here, is it? The animal
Noah.
2x2.
Noah.
Aye, that one. I knew it was one of them.
One of them.
One of the made-up characters in that big book.
But a goat couldn't sneak on a plane. I mean, you could maybe put him in a coat and glasses and a hat or something. He could maybe get away with it. But as soon as you try to put a suitcase in the fucking overhead locker, he's not going to dexterity do that. So I think for all manner of logistic reasons, I think mountain goats holiday on mountains close to where they live. They might just go to a different mountain that they can walk to.
We're walking.
What were you going to say about abroad?
See the price of taking your fucking mobile phone abroad?
That's because we all fucked off at Brexit, isn't it? Like that. Again, morons voted for that. And I'm sorry if you listen to this and you voted for Brexit, right? I'm not sorry. It was a fucking the biggest act of self-harm that this fucking nation's ever done, pretty much.
I got the text for them about something or other. So I replied, right, saying where I'm going, the country I'm going. And it come back saying, we've now set your phone up for worldwide use, right? That is Europe I'm going to like. When in Spain, you'll pay £2.29 per day from the 31st of March to use your allowances and all that. Cost outside the EU, £1.35 per minute, takes 56p. Like, fucking hell.
So you need to make sure you're on.
They couldn't stay on their phone. You can buy one of the Roman pass things. Like, which I haven't seen to check the prices out yet, but I'm thinking we just considering just leaving the phones in the take one and leave the phones in the car at the airport.
Worst holiday ever, that, like, fucking
two
hell.
Teenagers.
Right.
No, you're not bringing your phone, pal.
No. We're gone. That's what he's about. We're gone. Fucking holiday. That's what they've been saying.
I know, but what can you do? Like, you know what I mean? It's just
it's mental, eh?
Just a actual principle. No fucking paying it.
It's a stupid thing. Like obviously, like Brexit, they're not getting too political about things, right? But you ken that was going to happen, right? The EU roaming charges and that. It was all protected. It was a great setup that we had. You could just fucking go, and your phone worked in another country, right? Great. So you've got that, and you make that pretty. But there's talk like boasting about ending freedom of movement. Well, end freedom of movement once and for all, and they're all fucking lapping up. And you're going, you just didn't realise that applies to yous going somewhere else as well. Like, you're fucking it for everybody.
I didn't understand with them as well. Like, with all of them, however, specifically people like Priti Patel, Sunak, and I think Braverman as well, who are like quite all hardline on it, because they're all generationally immigrants.
Yeah.
And you think, why are you going to end that? Did you know what to be here?
Mental, eh?
There's like a contradiction in there. It's like nobody seems to ever call them out, and I don't know if it's because they're worried about getting cancelled on it or something. But you can't, because it's fact. It's actual factual. Like, you're part of that. Now you want to end it. Why?
Folk tiptoe around it, but
and it's like, but you never see it in the paper, like just actually calling it out. You know, saying you're a fucking hypocrite. Because that's what it is. It's like, or do you know what to be here? If you do want to be here, why are you running your fucking country?
It's like, you're alright. You got in. You and your family got in on time, but fuck it for everybody else. They're not getting the same chance.
I've no harm with them coming in. I don't mind. But then he fucking stop it. Then he stop it now.
Like,
what? Fucking mental.
I thought, but like, it's a different podcast. It would be as well starting a podcast having fucking rants about shit like that. I could honestly go on about it all day, but I don't imagine folk want to listen to it all day. Not for us anyway. Like, ENT, why do doctors have notoriously bad handwriting, and what is it they scribble?
Do they though, or is it one of these sort of tropes? Surely every doctor doesn't have bad.
There must be some good doctors that are good at calligraphy and that can
the women
write
ones,
properly.
Women's writing's always better than men's as well, isn't it? Like traditionally.
Not always,
but like.
Is your handwriting deteriorated over the years? I've got a wee notebook at work, and my handwriting is fucking shocking now. And I was like, it never used to be shocking, but
my handwriting deteriorates throughout the notebook. Because I start off with a new pad, and I think I'll keep this neat. And then by about page 4, I'm just like scribbling any shite, doodles, and drawing pictures over it. Like that. So it probably has. My handwriting's not bad. It used to be better though.
It's not as important these days to have good handwriting, though, is it? You know, like what everything's typed, emailed. Like, it's very rare that you'd have to fucking, like, you wouldn't write something for work. It wasn't like you'd have to write a report and it'd be handwritten for somebody else to read. It's all typed, isn't it?
That's my laptop bag, right? And I've just pulled. I've got 3 pads on the go now because I need to keep them separate. I should really get one of these pads. So I've got a load of pads for the last place, right? And I'm still going through them all. What I really need is one of the big pads that have got the dividers in them, so I can just go, right, I'm on this bit of work now.
You get good at using OneNote, mate.
I know.
That's what you need to do.
And it's funny because when I was waiting on you joining this, I was in it because I've started to use it.
Aye.
So, but it's like, I think it's a bit rude going into a meeting with a laptop open, though. Like when you're having a chat about something and somebody's bashing away on the keyboard, the fucking irritates
Aye.
me.
One of the guys that we work with, one of our client, the directors, he's got a electronic notepad. So he uses the pen and he writes down, and it
Aye. I think I could do that with this.
it translates it
Because
all.
this is a tablet, really,
Aye.
but it's got a keyboard on it, so I think I can get the pen for it.
Aye, it's
Could do
brilliant.
that,
It just it recognises his handwriting and then just goes and transcribes it.
And it type.
Aye. So he's not sitting typing anything. He'll write as if he was writing on a bit of paper, and it's whatever it does through magic, it sorts it out.
Maybe we should do that. Talking of magic, there's Derry Brown programme on the telly this weekend, I think.
Oh, good.
Just pointing to you because I know you're a fan.
Aye.
I might do that. I might get a pen for this ordered. Tomorrow's task.
Do you think there's a medical condition associated with bad handwriting? I'm not talking like Parkinson's or something like that, right? Before you like that jumps to
no, I wasn't even going to say it because I'm pretty aware of where I am.
Right. Well, I mean, would that be ironic if doctors all had whatever the medical condition for bad handwriting is?
Aye. It's the left side of the brain thing. So that if you've got that leads you into being a doctor. Can you maybe get noted early doors at nursery that like that? Can you do these fucking writing? Do you write at nursery? I don't know when you learn to write. But as soon as you learn to write like that, he's got to be a doctor, or she's got to be a doctor. Because look at her handwriting. You need to ask. We've got a mate that's got a daughter that's just finishing medical school. You need to ask.
Aye.
That right now. Text.
There's the doctors hardly write anything now anyway. It's all done on the computer, isn't it? Even the sick lines and that they give you now are printed, same as we were saying. Right, Baz asked, is Matty a media darling or a media whore?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would you rather be? I guess. You'd probably be a darling.
No, for this podcast, for the purposes of the podcast, I think the dirtier and grungier the better, isn't it? Really, like that's more in keeping with what we're all about. None of this media darling stuff. Right, Charlie McGrew thinks he made that up. Topic is juice. Has fizzy juice, specifically Diet Cola, all brands, taken a turn for the worse over the past couple of weeks, or is it just me?
It's not a thing I've not really had much fizzy juice for very often. I don't have it anymore, so I don't know. I've had some Pepsi Max the other day. The weekend, I didn't notice it being any different to what it used to be.
I'm not a Diet Coke fan. Aye, the Pepsi Max is the thing. Has ever had sugar in it? I think there's always been like
there's always sweeteners. There's just sweetener things.
Aye. I normally drink full fat iron brew, so I've not noticed the difference. I tell you what I have noticed though, the last 3 or 4 bottles of full fat Coke that I've had, the lid's been shit. Like you go on and screw it and it gets stuck to the wee ring, but you know but there's like the ring.
I know exactly what you mean. My wife drinks full fat Coke, and I've noticed that when I've opened it for her, because she's got to open it for her because her hands are weaker than they used to be. So they're
and there's a risk because you have to pull it then to snap it off, and then what happens is you fucking chuck a bit of juice in.
Yeah,
that's where the risk is.
Yeah.
The
price of full fat Cokes are ridiculous.
Get a bigger bottle. And if you get, did we talk about this as well? If you go into the shop and they've got the 500ml bottles that are like $175 or something now for Coke, but if you go into the big shop and get the 1 litre bottle, it's about £1.30, something like that.
I know. It's mad. So they're making you buy more of the stuff. They put the price up on the wee one because of the sugar in it.
Aye.
Well, didn't buy it, try and price it in the market. But buy more of it for less.
When I was in Crombie's earlier, as we talked about, getting the Scotch pie and the pepper steak slice, I got a big glass bottle of Iron Brew. They never had the wee bottles, so that was my only option.
One of the 1902 ones or whatever?
No, just standard. They never had the. That's no 1902. That's we'll call it that.
Something like that.
It is something like that. 19 something. Text in 80295 if you can. But then I got it and I was like, I'll just get that because it was only like $150 or something. And then I thought, I looked too chavvy drinking it at work, like out a big glass bottle. Like I couldn't take it on a client call. The normal size bottles you could sit.
Got a
Like,
glass.
I could have got a glass, but I don't fucking sit and pouring juice out into a glass to sit and drink it at work. Have my cup, have a Longbangers mug for drinking my cup of tea or cup of coffee. But I've not got to get a fucking glass to pour a juice in.
No.
And carry me cup of juice out. It's like being a fucking bear.
Well,
Would you have done that?
Worried about the optics.
Aye, going to get a glass. We're just going to get my wee glass of juice.
Nah,
Get a bit of take with me.
Do you pour a glass of juice like you never poured a glass of juice for? Do you never buy the 2 litre bottles and pour a glass of juice for that? Same fucking thing.
Ah, we didn't normally get them. I was just getting 500ml bottles. Have a glass of water though, I suppose.
Why would you? Oh man.
Because so we're out of time later, but I'll just explain.
Right.
I normally take my time with juice, so I like if we sip it and then leave it for ages. So a bottle's ideal because you can close it again. So the can, it starts getting warm or flat if you leave it. A bottle's perfect because I can just have a wee drink. A bottle of Iron Brew lasts me all day, more or less. Like unless I'm doing this and have to drink because I'm talking. But a glass would go flat, and then you'd have to chuck it out. And aye, so that's why I wouldn't have a glass.
Just didn't pour as much in the glass. Then.
But then you have to make loads of trips to get more fucking juice.
But you didn't drink it that much. You just said.
A wee sips here and there. I'm not going to get up and go get a fucking pour myself a sips full of. Talking of drinking things, right? Well, we shout out to Jamie Robertson, who listens. Can we talk about sometimes get the acid reflux? Mind I was saying like he was having all sorts of bother about it and got medicine for his doctor. He messaged after listening and recommended it's this like Polish fermented yogurt drink. It's fucking disgusting.
Aye. Glass
of that in the morning, a glass at night. Never had acid reflux since. Eating whatever I want, whatever time, eating it. And it's worked an absolute fucking cheat. I can't remember the name of it.
Sure, what's in it? Is it produced for Jamie? Is it?
No, you get it, you get it Tesco. It is vile. Like it's not. I reckon what's up with Polish people's taste buds that it's popular. I presuming it's popular there that they're importing it to sell it in Tesco. You wouldn't drink it out of choice unless you're going, I get acid reflux. I need to do something about it. But it's nicer than Gaviscon and way more effective. So I'll tweet a picture of it so that anybody listening that suffers can get it. It's like £1.40 for a bottle of it. Last ages. Fucking great wee tip. So thanks, Jamie.
Still anyway, worth this, eh?
Aye.
Man.
That's it. Talking with doctors and everything. There's all the medical advice you need right there. Right, thanks for tuning in. If you want to subscribe to Shortbangers, you can do so. Go to longbangers.hubwave.net. You can sign up for Shortbangers on its own, £2 a month on that website, or you can sign up for that and Longbangers for £3. Right, thanks for your time. Thanks for sending the questions. We'll see you next time.
Well, they trailed me down when I broke free. I drank all the whiskey in Tennessee.